And we are back here on the Vol State Sports Network for game number 2 between Lady Pioneers and the Cougars of Illinois Central. The umpires' meetings, apparently they've broken off into sub-meetings. So the Lady Pioneers taking the field, at least the battery is. And that is Mia Harper, who will get in the circle to begin. She will face the Illinois Central lineup. Goes like this. Danny Neppel leading off, playing second base. Layla Harris batting second. Playing shortstop, batting third is Kaylee Haar. She'll bat third and play third. Cassidy Bauer out in right field cleaning it up. Bailey Herrick in the circle, batting fifth. Batting sixth, playing first base. Meadow Terry batting seventh. And in center field is Caitlin Atkinson. The catcher is hitting eighth. That's Ryan Coombs. Abby Lohman, an extra hitter, batting ninth. Batting 10th in left field, Morgan Kessler. And defensively for Vol State, Kirsten Smith in left field, Abby Merle in center, Anaya Dawson in right. Willow Carden at third, Mally Grizzle at short, Alyssa Dixon back at second base, and Maddie Shinton moves across the diamond to first base, and Bailey Stewart behind the plate catching. I don't know if it's Maya or Mia, honestly. Let's see if I've got it written down correctly. I don't. I'll have to. Maybe Trey or Jamie Moore. Somebody could let me know. Ms. Harper's from Lufkin, Texas. Transfer from Bossier Parish Community College. Lufkin, Texas, down in Angelina County. Let's get the music turned off as get the spam phone call here coming in. We are about set for Lady Pioneer softball. Danny Neppel will lead off. I'm going to go with Mia Harper. I'm going to go with that. 10 innings pitched in her 5 innings or appearances already. She delivers the first pitch. That is a called strike at the knees as we are underway at 4:31 Central Time. Game time temperature brought to you by Accurate Mortgage, 81 degrees here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Temper foul, and Harper gets ahead 0-2 to Neppel. Neppel was 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Harper, 6-foot-tall sophomore, sister to Braden, Tate, and Ashton. She's got a Poppy and a Nene and a Paul and a Nana. Everybody's out in Lufkin, Texas. Can't remember, about an hour maybe south of Tyler, Texas. I lived there for 8 years. Pitch misses just outside. Got a couple of handfuls of folks watching on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube here for game number 2. Lady Pioneers won game 1 7-1. Neppel just gets a piece of that. Neppel, Layla Harris, Kaylee Haar, who were the 1-2-3 hitters in game 1. 4 pitchers for Vol State shut down Illinois Central. 1 run on only 1 hit, 3 walks in the game. One of those was the run that came in to score as Neppel stays alive, fouls that one back. Harper for Bossier Parish last year, 19 appearances, 1 start, had a 4-2 record, 43 2/3 innings. Struck out 35. This is outside. Made the trek up to Tennessee. Wearing the 91 on the back of her jersey. Lufkin, Texas, not far away from Nacogdoches, where Stephen F. Austin is located. That is out to right field. That's going to hit some green, and Danny Neppel gets a leadoff base hit. Brings up Layla Harris. She was also 0 for 3, a couple flyouts to left field and a pop out on a attempted bunt. Let's see if she's going to attempt to lay down a bunt here. She will, and she nearly gets hit by the pitch. I don't think the umpire called it a strike. They want to check with the base umpire, and he does say yes. She attempted to lay that one down. So it'll be strike one. Split grip and grounded to short. Going to go to second for one, but can't get the throw off in time to get the runner at first base. So Harris grounds into the fielder's choice. Might have been the first play made by Mally Grizzle today. I don't know that she had an assist. She did have one put out on a similar play where it was grounded to Alyssa Dixon with a runner at first, and they got the lead runner. Kaylee Haar had a tough day at the office in game one. She had the hat trick of strikeouts, struck out all 3 times she came to the plate. She's looking to get bat on the ball and takes a called strike. Coming up on quitting time if you're part of the 9 to 5. A lot of traffic flowing away from Vol State here. Ground ball to third. Willow Cardin's got the runner, and she's going to throw to second base as Layla Harris got caught off the back. Good job by Willow. Now, what did I miss down there? How did she get to second base? I'm going to have to check. I was sleeping at the wheel there somehow or another. I don't think she was stealing. 2 outs, though, and runner at first. 5-4 on the put out there. Throw down to first. Shitten's tag is a little late. You know, I could just go on here and replay it on YouTube. Hard to do that while you're trying to broadcast live softball, though. Three ball, no strike count to Cassidy Bauer, playing right field here in this game. Another throw down to first, but it's ball 4, so runners will be at first and second. First walk of the game by Mia Harper. Maya. Oh, that's right. She got down there on a stolen base. While we were watching the missed bunt, as she got a stolen bag, that's what it was. So Layla Harris stole second. Now we got it all figured out. Bailey Herrick at the plate, as Harper has missed now with 6 straight, and that will get a visit from sophomore Willow Cardin. And now you just fast forward right back up to live action. Fast forward through. There's no commercials. Not on softball. We have not added any commercials onto this computer for the softball. That'll probably get done before the spring season. A.J. Fawson, the chief engineer, head honcho in charge of all the broadcast equipment. He and I work together on that. He handles getting the computer ready, though. We do for baseball have commercials that we'll play. Now Bailey Stewart's going to go out and have a confab with Harper, and Kirsten Smith wants to go over and chat with Abby Merle, left fielder to center fielder. We got meetings going everywhere. In person. Don't think an email would have sufficed there. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Just getting started here in game number 2. Bailey Merrick pitching here in game 1, and that ball gets away from Stewart, but ball 4 loads the bases. Back-to-back walks by Harper. Danny Neppel led off the game with a single in the right field. Layla Harris reached on a fielder's choice, then stole second. Kaylee Haar grounded into a fielder's choice as Harris was nabbed, trying to get off a little bit too far at second by Willow Carden, the third baseman. But then back-to-back walks have loaded the bases as Meadow Terry. But she gets called Terry Meadow a lot. Scored the only run of the game in game 1. She walked in the 5th and was driven in by Bailey Herrick. So Herrick moves up in the lineup, getting the only hit of the game for Illinois Central. That's across the plate in the strike zone for a called strike. Nothing but sunshine here in Sumner County today. Northeast of Davidson County, where Nashville, Tennessee is located. That ball's in the dirt. Stewart tried to get a body on it, but can't get enough, and that's the first run of the game. This Illinois Central scores on a wild pitch. Heads up base running by Kaylee Haar. Read that dirt ball. Now runners at second and third, 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball weakly hit to second base. Dixon over to Shinton to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners were left aboard. So we head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Illinois Central leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the bottom of the first, Abby Merle, Alyssa Dixon, Maddie Shinton to face Bailey Herrick. Abby Merle got to the game 1 a little bit late. Picked up a couple of at-bats, went 1 for 2 in that game. Leading off here as she steps up in front of the batter's box and takes a Called strike on the outside corner. And this time she's going to lay one down, but it's going to go foul. Nice play there by Kaylee Hard down at third base. Saw the English on that. It was headed foul. There was no chance they were going to get Merle at first base. He's the baby of the family of 6 kids, Danny and Tina. Merle in Shelbyville. Are they in Shelbyville or is that? Yes, they're in Shelbyville. Yeah, she's going to go down on 3 pitches. Herrick gets the called strike. And Alyssa Dixon, who had a fine game in game 1, went 2 for 3. Double. Run scored, drove in a run with a sacrifice fly, stands in. Rolled up to the plate. Ellie Herrick, a sophomore from Washington, Illinois. Sure if she was a pitcher last year or not. She played in the field. Hit .354, had 62 hits. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes to Dixon. Looked really good at second base. Time that I've seen her there. Takes another pitch high. Ball State lost a lot of run production from last year's squad. They're looking to some of these freshmen now to fill in. 3-0 pitch. Catches that outside corner. As I said, Vol State playing at home this weekend to be the last home games against outside opponents. Late swing there. Full count Ministries, full count. Play Trevecca at 11 o'clock here, and then we'll watch Trevecca play Midway before taking on the Midway Lady Eagles at 3:30 p.m. If you're in the area, come on out. Otherwise, we'll have it on the Vol State Sports Network on the broadcast as Dixon fouls that one over to head coach Christian Lynn, standing in the shade in the third base coach's area. Lady Pioneers will take on Western Kentucky in Bowling Green next Tuesday. That starts at 5 o'clock, so all you Kentucky folks down there in the Bowling Green area, another check swing or half swing foul ball. Maddie Shinton on deck, lets that go to the screen. Go out and watch Vol State Lady Pioneers take on the Lady Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. And I believe that's Friday. They will travel to Lebanon, take on Cumberland. Ball 4 to Dixon as she reaches with 1 out. Close pitch there. And then they play the Blue and Red World Series. That'll be here at home. I don't think I'll be broadcasting that. They do have Tennessee State showing as a to-be-determined date after that October 27th. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Pitch called, a ball, throw down, gets into center field as Dixon's off with the first pitch. Gets a stolen bag. No strike called. Pretty decent pitch, but it was taken by Shinton all the way. Dixon had a stolen base in game 1. She's got one here in game 2 and in scoring position with 1 out. The 1-0 is high again. Shinton 0 for 2 in game 1. Reached on a walk and a hit by a pitch. Takes a healthy cut there. Comes up empty. I don't think that pitch was in the strike zone, but she's itching to hit. Again, takes a swing and a miss and tied up on an inside fastball. Maya Collier, Lydia Kirby, Erica Abbott, and Anna Harrison, Michaela Fuqua from last year all hit right at almost 400 and above. That's popped up to the shallow center field. Caitlin Atkinson will come in and handle that. It just seems like Maddie Shinton is just a little off today. Now 2 outs here in the first. Mike Collier led the conference with .479 batting average. As I said earlier, she missed a month. Was second in RBIs to Lydia Kirby. Second in home runs. She had 19. Called strike to Grizzle. They were first in most offensive categories last year. Batting average, runs scored, hits, doubles. That ball is drilled out the left field, off the glove of Morgan Kessler. It's going to drive in a run and another due-dat double. Allie Grizzle gets the RBI double and ties this ball game up. That's the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Framework Athletics were the Lady Pioneers, and the Pioneer baseball team works out when they can't get on the field. So a 2-out base hit brings up Anaya Dawson. Same situation, 2 out. And a runner in scoring position. Does not offer to pitch low and away. Grizzle went 1 for 4 in game 1. She picked up that hit in the 6th inning and drove in a run, so now has 2 RBIs. Dawson had a triple in her last at-bat. And she's got a base hit here. That's smoked. It's gloved by the left fielder Kessler, but she's not going to be able to get it in quick enough to get Anaya Dawson, and that's back-to-back due-dat doubles, and Ball State takes the lead 2-1. She hit that one hard. And she got on her fast shoes. The ball was played cleanly by Kessler out in left field. Now Kirsten Smith gets her first at-bat, takes a called strike. Kirsten from Louisville, Kentucky. Sophomore, 5'6" sophomore. Daughter of Greg and Kathleen Smith, sister to Shelby. Pops that one up out of play. Down to the count 0-2. Got a grandma in Louisville and also another grandma in Corden, Indiana. Ground ball to short. In the hole, and a strong throw by Layla Harris will retire Kirsten Smith. The Lady Pioneers answer the 1 run they allow in the top of the first with 2 of their own in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back doubles by Mally Grizzle and Anaya Dawson after a 1-out walk by Alyssa Dixon. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner's left aboard. Take a break and be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Heading to the top of the second. My Harper out on the mound for her second inning, facing 7, 8, and 9 in the Illinois Central lineup. Caitlin Atkinson to lead off. Takes one on the inside corner for a called strike. Atkinson 0 for 3 in game one. Bunt pop out, soft line out, and a strikeout. Another one, he catches that outside corner as Harper getting ahead. Sun's shining in now off my left shoulder. We might start having a problem with the glare on the window. Got a plate glass window here in front that I cannot open. Swing and a miss, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night will sit down Atkinson. First strikeout of the ball game for Harper. Ryan Coombs will stand in. Get her first AB of the afternoon. COOMBS. Freshman, looks at ball one. Hayworth, Illinois. University High School. Catcher in game two. Has to back away from the inside pitch. On deck, Abby Lohman also did not play in game one. Two-0 pitch swung on and fouled off. Harper in her 5 games pitched 10 innings, so it looks like she's averaging about 2 a game. I would assume that's what she's going to do today. Has struggled with control in those 10 previous innings with 12 walks. Has not plunked the batter yet, though. 2-1 popped up. This is playable. Bailey Stewart over to the right, and she makes the catch. And then crashing into the netting, hopefully there is padding on the brick. It's just out of your viewing area, but she makes a nice play there. Put a star by that one as Coombs pops out to her counterpart in foul territory. Now 2 outs. Brings up Abby Lohman. Not high in the air, that pop-up. Stewart recognized where it was quickly, got over there, made the catch, and leaned into the netting with her shin guards on the padding that covers the brick back wall. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Both teams batting 10 in the lineup. Morgan Kessler is on deck. Drilled foul past the Lady Pioneer bullpen down the left field line. Got out ahead of that one. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just missed. That game one, that was strike 3. I'm guessing if you folks are, anybody's looking at the chat, I don't understand the one and only chat that's been sent in. And I don't know, as that ball is chopped to shortstop, in and out of the glove of Grizzle. She just didn't get, as a runner is now caught off of the base, and she's going to be tugged out. Not sure what, I was looking down to see what had happened there, but so an E6 will allow Lohman to reach, and then she is thrown out. Looks like a 3 to 6 to 3 for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Well, I was somewhat close on the scoring of that. Not accurate. Not accurate at all, actually. I wrote 3-6-3. It was actually 1-4-3. Bottom of the second. Rolled up there. Bailey Herrick in her second inning of work. Faces Caitlin Dillard, Willow Carden, and Bailey Stewart. Fake bunt, ball 2. Dillard, a couple of hits in game 1. She was 2 for 4. Drove in 3 runs, scored 2, squares around a bunt, and pulls it back quickly. Takes a strike. Looked like maybe she was going to offer it then. Changeup taken on the outside corner as well. Start walking up on a pitch like that, hard to wait on it. Two balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second. We'll go full. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Again, if you weren't with us in game 1, Full Count Ministries is allowing the use of their broadcast equipment when I broadcast on the road for baseball or when I come up to the in the middle of a remodel press box at Vol State softball. Tapper right back to the pitcher. She'll throw Dillard out 1-3. Herrick with the assist to retire Dillard. Now Willow Carden gets her first at-bat of the day. Guessing she had some schoolwork in game 1. Willow, a 5'9" sophomore from Coffee County Central High School down in Manchester. Check swing. Ruled not to have gone. Elementary education major. Daughter of Billy Bob and Rachel Carden. Sister to Eliza, Gus, Pearl, Will, and Abe. She fouls that one off. Soon to be the wife of Vanderbilt, starts with a V, Vanderbilt pitcher England Bryan, as she is engaged. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss on a high pitch there. Willow looking to get on track. She's got 4 hits, including a double on the fall. Lines one down the right field line. It's hooking foul or slicing. Fade, slice, hook, draw. Never could keep him I just know my golf swing does not translate well on a golf course anymore. 2-2 pitch rolled up there. Full count Ministries, full count to the second straight batter. All-State scored 2 in the first on a walk and then back-to-back doubles by Mally Grizzle and Anaya Dawson. High gets by the catcher. Cardin's going to hustle down to first, but that's all the farther she'll go. Second walk of the game by Bailey Herrick. Now a Bailey versus Bailey as Bailey Stewart steps in. Stewart got an at-bat in game one in the bottom of the seventh. Strikeout victim there. Swings and hits one high and deep to left center field. This will leave the yard. Bailey Stewart has just hit, I believe, her first collegiate home run in the fall. Let's check that really quick. Yeah, that's her first collegiate hit, and it happens to be a 2-run home run to give the Lady Pioneers a 4-1 lead. Congratulations to Bailey Stewart, freshman from Gordonsville High School in Carthage, Tennessee. Katie Robinson will stand in after the big fly home run by Bailey Stewart to left center field. And the changeup right over the plate for a called strike. So 2 in the first, now 2 here in the second. That one slung to the backstop. Stuck in the hand of Bailey Herrick a little bit too long. So Stewart wins the Battle of the Baileys versus Herrick. I would venture to say that won't happen again as that ball's lined into right center field. Robinson gets a base hit. Katie was 1 for 2 in game one, scored twice. Also picked up a stolen base. We're back to the top of the lineup. Abby Merle. That's back-to-back hits for Lady Pioneers. They now have 4 hits in the ball game. Lined right at the third baseman. She makes the catch, throw to first base, and they've doubled off Katie Robinson. Not a whole lot Katie Robinson can do. That ball was blistered right to Kaylee Haar, and that will end the inning. No further threat. Abby Merle touched that one up quickly. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're heading to the top of the third. Ball State leads. New pitcher in the circle for the Lady Pioneers. Number 12, Jordan Lucas from Fredonia, New York. Transfer from St. Bonaventure. She will face Morgan Kessler, number 10 batter in the lineup. 10-1 and 2 due up for Illinois Central. And Jordan Lucas, let's see what her statistical accomplishments have been. She goes 2 balls and no strikes. Lucas, 8 innings pitched in her first 5 appearances. 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, walked 6, struck out 7. Fouled off to the left side. Mia Harper, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2, struck out 1. Count moves to 3 balls and a strike. Lucas, a psychology major here at Vol State, daughter of Kevin and Dana Lucas. Has a sister, Kelly. 3-1 is down, and Kessler has reached, leading off the third. Bailey Stewart will go out to the circle and have a little chit-chat. Third walk of the game by Lady Pioneer pitching. Danny Nepple at a single in her first at-bat. Lined it right over the second baseman's head, or her right shoulder anyway. Pitch right down the can for a called strike. Dixon was playing a little bit closer to second base that time. She's a little more drawn over to first, it appears. Lucas delivers. That's going to catch the inside corner and throw down to first. Kessler back in time. Nepple down in the count 0-2. 9 innings today. Illinois Central with only 2 hits against the Lady Pioneers. That ball's over the glove, or off the tip of the glove, down to second base. On the wild pitch goes Kessler. And another wild pitch going to move her to third. Stewart. And that ball hit well in front of home plate. A little spin on it and hopped over her left shoulder. Now runner at third, nobody out. And a full count, Ministries full count. Top of the lineup. Danny, D-A-N-N-I, Nepple, N-E-P-P-L. Jordan Lucas trying to get into a groove. She's got a grandpa and a grandma in Fredonia, New York. Fouled off the screen. We'll do it again. Has a papa and a nana also in New York. 12 games last year with the Bonnies. St. Bonaventure started 3 games. Ground ball to short, and the runner's going to stay at third. Now going to head to the plate, and the late tag as Kessler is in there. And lead down to 2. Vol State does get the out. At this point, they'll trade a run for the out. And the bases are cleared for Layla Harris, who reached on a fielder's choice. Kessler did not head off the bag initially, but as the throw went to first base, she took off toward the plate. Throw from Shinton to the plate after getting Nepple out was a little bit late, as that ball gets in the fists of Layla Harris, and she fouls that one into the Vol State bullpen. They are remodeling the press box here, putting new paint on the walls, new flooring in. Have, I think, either repainted, I think they painted the countertop. Popped up on the left side. Let's see who wants that one. Willow Carden says, I want to play, and she does for out number 2. But I don't think they're going to put in any new windows here. For broadcasting in a press box, when you have to actually do the cameras, they're not built into the press box. You need windows that'll open. That way you don't get reflections on sun coming in and lights that might cause a reflection on night games. That ball had some juice on it. Catches the knees on the inside corner. Kaylee Haar also reached on a fielder's choice and scored the first run of the game for Illinois Central. Just misses outside. Jordan Lucas, the second pitcher for Vol State in this game. 4 pitchers shut down Illinois Central in game 1. 3 balls and a strike. Courtney Denrider, Caitlin Davis, and Grayson Nealon went 2 innings apiece. Kaylin Reeves finished it up with 1 inning. 4 only allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. All unofficial according to my score sheet. Drilled foul that just gets over the top of the dugout. And a full count Ministries full count with 2 out and nobody on. Leadoff walk to Morgan Kessler, then a couple of wild pitches, then a ground ball. Scored the lone run here in the 3rd. Scores 4-2 Vol State. That is off the end of the bat. And you talk about some English on that ball. And Willow Carden comes up with the catch. We're out number 3. So a couple of pop outs to the third baseman ends the inning. 1 run, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd, 4-2 is your score. Bottom of the 3rd, new pitcher on for Illinois Central. Danny Hovey will replace Bailey Herrick in the circle. Facing 2, 3, and 4 in the Vol State lineup. First pitch swinging, Alyssa Dixon pops out to the first baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hovey, a freshman from Decatur, Illinois. Maddie Shinton looks at a called strike. She flew out to center field, shallow center field, her first time up in game 2. She is wanting to extend those arms, get her a pitch to hit. 3-hole hitter, and she has not really gotten a good pass at a pitch yet today. There's a little slide piece there, misses outside. Get tied up again there, and the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herrick went 2 innings, gives up 4 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, walked 2. Struck out 1 batter. 2-2 pitch, misses outside, full count. Ministries full count. Gave up a 2-run homer to Bailey Stewart. It was Bailey's first collegiate hit here in the fall. Shinton. That was close. I kept waiting for home plate umpire to raise her hand. Again, game 1, home plate umpire calling pitches every bit for that over the plate. If that was down, I couldn't see it. But now Mally Grizzle, who doubled and drove in a run in the first, steps up. Let's see if Shinton takes off. She does not, as that pitch misses up. Throw down to first, Shinton back. It's almost like an automatic for a softball catcher. If that ball misses wide outside to a right-handed batter, they want to throw down there to first base just to see if the runner is leaking off. 3-0 pitch. Let's see if Grizzle gets a pitch to hit. Anaya Dawson is on deck. They went back-to-back Dudat doubles. Dudat Communications, located here in Hendersonville. She does, and grounds one right back up through the middle. And that'll be a base hit. Runners now at first and second. Grizzle 2 for 2. 3 hits on the afternoon. 3 for 6. Nia Dawson drilled one in the left center field. Went opposite way. Drove in Grizzle, who stands down at first. Dawson, I believe, has one of the now 4 home runs hit this fall. That's off the end of the bat, and it should be an infield fly rule. I didn't see anybody call it. Maybe it didn't get up high enough in the air, but shortstop makes the catch. That was off the end of the bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 4-2 is the score. Now Kirsten Smith stands in as her pink shin guard on that front leg. Rounded out to shortstop her first time up. Drills one down the third base line. It's fair. And not handled cleanly by the left fielder, Morgan Kessler. That's going to drive in 2. And a Dudet double by Kirsten Smith. Scores 2 more. And another 2-out RBI double. It's Kirsten's first extra base hit of the fall. She got a good pass at that one. And a pinch hitter. Haley Deering pinch hit in game 1. Struck out looking, getting another pinch hit opportunity here. 2 balls and no strikes. The Beach Buccaneer. When I see her, I say, everybody do the Buccaneer Rumble. She knows what I'm talking about. Right down the can for a called strike. Jerry and Beth Deering, her parents. Paw and Granny in Ridgetop. Declan Riley and Anna Lee, her siblings, as she swings through a fastball there. Looking for that first hit. Now's a good time, Haley. 2 runs and 2 hits in each of the first 3 innings as Deering goes down swinging, and that will end the inning. After 3, Vol State leads 6-2. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Jordan Lucas to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Illinois Central lineup. Cassidy Bauer, Bailey Herrick, and Meadow Terry that are scheduled. Big thanks to Malay Nichols, who's sent in an email today. Appreciate her joining the show. Give it a little intel. First pitch to Bowers in there for a called strike. Cassidy walked, was stranded at third in the first inning. Tremont, Illinois, sophomore, hit .331 a year ago for Illinois Central. .44 hits in 45 games. Does not have a hit today. Jordan Lucas trying to finish off her 2 innings. Got some spin on that pitch right there, but misses a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and a full count. Ministries full count. Might have been a little up. On deck, Bailey Herrick. Foul ball straight back. Like defensive alignment is the same. Kirsten Smith in left, Abby Merle in center, Nia Dawson in right, Willow Cardens at third, Mally Griswold short, Alyssa Dixon at second, Maddie Shinton at first, Bailey Stewart behind the plate, catching Jordan Lucas. And the full count pitch is high, ball 4. Second time that Bauer has walked. Second walk of the game by Lucas. 4th walk of the game by Lady Pioneer pitching. Only walked 3 in game 1. Those walks can get you in trouble. Bailey Herrick walked also in her first at-bat. Squares around and a throw down to first, but Shinton couldn't hang on to the ball thrown by Stewart, but casually getting back onto the base was Cassidy Bauer. Popped up and out of play. Looks dark here, but it's the camera shooting through a tinted window probably that's not helping. Have not turned the lights on. Yeah, right down the can as Lucas put some zip on that one. She wasn't playing around there. She stepped on a fastball. Did it again, but it's a little outside. Throw down to first. Not in time. It's not Meadow Terry on deck. It's pinch hitter Danny Hovey, who was in the circle last inning. Has a line drive into center field. That's in there for a base hit. Well hit. Line drive ground ball through the middle. First 2 have reached. Second hit of the ball game. And now pinch hitter Danny Hovey. Both Dannys spell their name D-A-N-N-I. Getting her first at-bat, as far as I know. That pitch misses. If you're wondering, it's just me. I'm switching the cameras. I'm running the scoreboard. So sometimes I'm looking down, keeping my score sheet updated, and when I go to press the camera switcher to camera 1, it's in the middle of the pitch. So I apologize. This broadcast on the Vol State Sports Network is just like ESPN, only totally different. You get what you pay for, folks. Try to do the best. I don't like to mess up. Swing and a miss by Hovey, H-O-V-E-Y. And I know it's frustrating when you're watching it. You're not actually at the ballpark. You're watching it on your cellular device or your iPad or 72-inch screen on the back porch. You're wondering what is going on with this yahoo. I have 2 cameras. As that one's sliced out of play. We are efforting to make the broadcast, to improve the broadcast. A.J. Fawson, chief engineer here at Vol State. 2-2 pitch misses inside. He's been given the okay to up the game a little bit. For basketball this year, as we did last year, we'll have 4 cameras, 4 camera operators, sound engineer, producer, director, graphics, and a chief engineer. The full count pitch misses up for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. As Christian Lynn will come out to have a conversation with Jordan. I'm not sure if he's got somebody, and apparently he does. So he's going to make a change. So we'll take a quick break and be right back, tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. New pitcher is Charis Nichols, sophomore out of Clarksville, Tennessee, former Lady Wildcat. Daughter of Curtis and Malay Nichols. Sisters Emberly and Lovella. Emberly plays at Austin Peay State University. Charis, a 5'5" sophomore, has a pawpaw and a grantee in Clarksville and a papaw and a nana in Henderson, Kentucky. She will come on with the bases loaded and nobody out to face the 7-hole hitter, Caitlin Atkinson. Jordan Lucas goes an inning, gets up 1 hit right now, 1 run, but the 3 runners on base are her responsibility. Walk 3. Charis pitched at Austin Peay State University against her sister last week and delivered a fantastic performance, I understand. First pitch misses down. After giving up a leadoff home run, then retired. The next 6 batters went 2 innings. It's a strike call there. 1-1, 6-2. The tying run is at the plate. Caitlin Atkinson struck out leading off the second. Charis looking for a strikeout and gets dead. A base hit into left field. It's going to score 1. They're just going to go base to base as 1 run scores. Makes the score 6-3. Got right between Willow Carden and Mally Grizzle. Third and short. Ryan Coombs steps to the plate. 2 hits in the inning to go along with 2 walks. Has produced 1 run. Fouled off the screen for strike 1. Coombs popped out to Bailey Stewart. Made a nice play against the screen. Here off to her back right shoulder. Nichols delivers, and there's a pop-up in the infield. Infield fly rule. Not sure it was fair or not, but Shinton came in and made the catch for out number 1. Coombs has popped out twice. And nobody can advance. That's the first out. Abby Lohman will step in. She hit a slow roller to the shortstop. Mally Grizzle just couldn't get it in her glove. Did not. Well, threw late to first base. And then Lohman thought she could sneak off of first and go to second. That ball is hit softly into foul territory. That'll land foul. Just beyond the third base dugout. Center fielder Abby Merle was coming in to cover second base as a shortstop and a second baseman converged in the middle of the field on that play with Lohman. But that's lifted high and deep to left field. Back goes Kirsten Smith on the warning track. Makes the catch and gets it back in quickly. That'll be a sac fly as Abby Lohman nearly left the yard with that one. But it drives in another run. But now 2 out. Nice play out there by, I think that is still Kirsten Smith out there. So a sacrifice fly brings up Morgan Kessler with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Whispers at the outside corner as Charis gets the call. Ball 1. Chair's 36 appearances a year ago as a freshman. That led the conference in the regular season. Actually, I think that's including postseason. 2-1 pitch misses down. There is a base open, but the leadoff batter's on deck. She had a 3.42 ERA, a 14-2 record for the team that came in second in the TCCAA conference tournament. Slow roller, that's going to go up the middle. Merrill is going to glove it right at the edge of the dirt. She's the center fielder, came in. That's an RBI single. And runners now at the corners, and 6-5 is the lead as third run comes in. Close the book now on Jordan Lucas. Danny Nepple swings at the first pitch, and it's one out to center field. Abby Merle will go back and collect that one for out number 3. All 3 runners who reached off of Jordan Lucas ultimately came in to score. And it's 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Pioneers have had their lead cut into with a 3 spot in the top of the 4th inning. New pitcher on for Illinois Central, Sam Verstrate from East Moline, Illinois, a freshman, steps in to the circle. She'll face Willow Carden. Smashes one to her counterpart, the third baseman, Kaylee Haar. He throws Willow out at first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Willow walked and scored in the second. Now Bailey Stewart hit a 2-run home run last time up. That was her first collegiate hit. Comes as a 2-run big fly. A changeup in there for a called strike. Danny Hovey goes 1 inning. 2 hits, 2 runs. Walked 1, struck out 1. One pitch, misses outside. We're going to have a pinch hitter on deck, maybe Savannah White, for Katie Robinson. Swinging a foul back. Men's basketball team plays at 6 o'clock, a scrimmage game against a post-grad squad. Not broadcasting that tonight, but I will get up there and watch a little bit, get to know these players. 2-2 pitch fouled off to the right side. It'll be their second scrimmage that I know of. Mock Valley Prep is who they play. Men's team tied for second in the conference a year ago. Drilled right to the second baseman. Danny Nepple makes a catch to retire Stewart. And this is Savannah White, who will hit in Katie Robinson's place. Whew, that was close. She turned sideways. You can hardly see her anyway, but I don't know how that pitch missed her. She's a thin mint. Gets a changeup that stays down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Savannah 0 for 2 in game 1. Looking for her first hit of the afternoon. If she gets a 2-0 pitch to hit, she does not. Count goes 3-0. Lady Pioneers scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 6 runs, 6 hits. 4-pitch walk to White. 2 out. Base runner. Alyssa Costley having a conversation with Savannah down there. She's the first base coach. Christian Lynn, the head coach. Wes Buckner is the manager as Abby Merle stands in. She's 0 for 2. It's a 2-hopper to third. They're going to go to second, and the throw goes into right field. Merle's going to round second. Here comes White to score as now the question is, did Merle touch third base? She's going to come in and touch home for sure. If she touched third, she just barely got the corner of it. We'll find out. But 2 runs are in as it stands right now. So she reaches on a fielder's choice and comes in to score, ultimately on an error by the third baseman. So a couple of unearned runs as Alyssa Dixon runs up on one, misses. Dixon 0 for 1. They do not challenge at third base, so either I was wrong or they didn't see it either. Called strike. So again, another 2 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Lined over the fence in front of the Lady Pioneer dugout. I've got a 2 ball, 2 balls, and 2 strikes. I did not get that second strike up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dixon with nobody on, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Another 1-hopper over to third, and this time Kaylee Haar throws a strike to first base to retire Dixon. 2 unearned runs in the inning. Ball State leads 8-5. We'll be right back. Heading to the top of the fifth inning, Illinois Central in Game 2 against Lady Pioneers today. As Maddie Shinton has got behind the plate. She's catching Charis Nichols now. Illinois Central will send Layla Harris, Kaylee Haar, and Cassidy Bauer, or that's at least who is scheduled. Here is we've got some new defensive positions or players out here. Looks like Jordan Lucas is going to be at first base. Maddie Shinton behind the plate. Jordan Lucas first, Alyssa Dixon at second, and looks like it's still Mally Grizzle out at shortstop. Charis Nichols delivers first pitch hit out to left field. Kirsten Smith makes the catch. One pitch, one out. Layla Harris 0 for 3 in this ball game. Now Kaylee Haar 0 for 2 stands in. Let's see if I can figure out who the new right fielder is. Looks like it's still Abby Merle in center, but that's not Anaya Dawson in right. And now we're going to get a new, is that Bailey Stewart is going to go to second. We got a little shuffle going on right now. Bailey Stewart's going to go to second base. And Alyssa Dixon moves over to shortstop. And Mally Grizzle comes out of the game. Change up, misses up. And Willow Carden is out of the game as well. I'm sorry. Mally Grizzle goes over to third. So it looks like everybody just shifted to the left as Bailey Stewart moved in. Popped up. That'll get out of play. Two balls and a strike. Substitutions and where people bat, when they bat, it doesn't really make that much of a difference in fall season. You bat 10, take somebody in and out of a position every inning if you want. Smoked down the third base line, but it's foul. Well, Full Count Ministries, full count. Got my start broadcast in with the Full Count Rhythm Baseball team back in the summer of 2021. And over the last 5 seasons of broadcasting with them, I've accumulated broadcast equipment with the help of several people, including A.J. Fawson, the chief engineer here at Vol State. And this is equipment that we're using today, owned by either myself or Full Count Ministries. Full count pitch, misses low and inside. Ball 4. Kaylee Haar reaches. First walk of the game by Charis Nichols, who came in with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 4th inning. First pitch swinging. Cassidy Bauer fouls that one back. Shinton checking down at first base to make sure Haar doesn't go anywhere. They're going to throw down to first this time. Runner is back in time. Pitch was called a ball. And to wait for the scoreboard there. Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Popped up on the right side. Jordan Lucas. Give it a look, but it clanks off the roof of the Illinois Central dugout. think we're going to get a remodel, at least of the baseball dugouts. I think the dugouts here at the Nichols softball complex, a little bit newer construction. Probably that one's lifted out too short. Alyssa Dixon makes the catch. Scrambling back to first is Har for 2 outs and a runner at first. Bailey Herrick will stand in. Illinois Central had 3 hits in the previous inning. Prior to that, they only had 2 hits on the day. Single by Bailey Herrick in game 1 that drove in the only run of that 7-1 win by Vol State. A leadoff single by Danny Nepple. Another throw down to first. Runner back. Maddie Shinton has played third base, first base, and now she's behind the plate. Charis Nichols delivers down low. And going 3 balls and no strikes to Herrick. And we have another new batter, Sam Verstreet, who's on deck. And a 3-0 right down the can for a called strike. Nichols looking for that third out. And not going to get it on that one. That one's laced past the third baseman. Mally Grizzle into left field. And runners at first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Sam Verstreet, who's hitting in the 6th hole. That's Herrick's 3rd hit of the day. She has half of the hits for Illinois Central. Verstreet was 0 for 1 with a sac bunt in game 1. She played second base, takes ball 1 inside. Thanks again to Malay Nichols, who sent in an email to treesports@gmail.com up in Clarks, Vegas. Last year, Vol State baseball team had 9 players from Clarksville area. 4 from Clarksville High School, 3 from Rossview, and 2 from Clarksville Academy. This year, I think we just have 4. We've got a Montgomery Central Indian, a couple from Clarksville High School. Maybe the rest are all from Clarksville High School. Nope. At least 1 from Rossview. Popped up in the left center field. Abby Merle over, and she says she's got it. She's not a liar. She makes the catch for out number 3. Nichols allows 2 to reach, but nobody comes across to score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, Vol State leads 8-5. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. 3, 4, and 5 due up to face Sam Verstraete in her second inning. Maddie Shinton, Mally Grizzle, and Nia Dawson scheduled. Trying to get some music for the folks here in attendance as well. Trying to work as the DJ, not doing PA. Shinton swings at a first pitch she sees and flies one to median depth center field. Atkinson handles that for another 1 pitch, 1 out. Shinton 0 for 2. And 0 for the day. Maybe pressing a little bit as Grizzle stands in. She's 2 for 2 in this ball game. 3 hits in the last 3 plate appearances. Last at bat of game 1 and the first 2 here in game 2 as she takes a called strike. Single drove in a run in the 6th in the 7-1 victory in game 1. Doubled and drove in a run and scored in the first, and singled and drove in or scored a run in the 3rd. I say stay hot, Mally. Why not? Jim McKay, thank you for the kind words on the chat on YouTube. Glad they got the word out for this ball game that we were broadcasting. I know that you folks normally probably look at Game Changer and at least get some video there, but I don't know. I like to have our broadcast. I just do. Just makes it more fun. Hopefully, I don't turn any stomachs out there. 3-1 pitch. This is down, and Grizzle's going to reach for the 3rd time. 1 out walk as she hustles down to first. Second walk by Verstraete in her 2nd inning. This is not Nia Dawson. Back to the pitcher, going to go to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. First pitch swinging, Kaylin Reeves grounds into the fielder's choice. Now 2 outs is Kirsten Smith, who doubled and drove in 2 runs last time she came to the plate. She stands in. Split grip takes a pitch high and away. You just don't see split grips in baseball. I don't understand it, honestly. I guess I haven't really asked anybody, but I don't know what the split grip does for you. I'm sure it's something, or they wouldn't do it. Split grip just meaning that the top hand is separated from the bottom hand. If you're not, maybe that's not what they call it. Maybe it's not a softball term. That's how I call it. Big cut right there by Kirsten. Comes up empty. Need to check. Is Kirsten still working toward broadcast media, I believe? That was Kaylin Reeves, if I didn't say that, who's on at first base. Kaylin pitched the 7th inning. Got her first at-bat. Digital and broadcast media, Kirsten Smith. Ground ball to the left side. Haar over to first will retire Smith. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard as we head to the top of the 6th. Vol State leads 8-5. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. New pitcher in the circle for Vol State, Haley Deering, freshman out of Beach High School. Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Getting her first time in the circle. Face Caitlin Atkinson, Ryan Coombs, and Abby Lohman, who are scheduled here in the top of the sixth. First pitch in there by Deering. Catches that outside corner for a called strike. Charis Nichols goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, no runs. Walked about her, faced 10. Ground ball to short. Who is that over there now? Melissa Dixon still. Throws over to first. It's Jordan Lucas, and we got a 6-3 putout. We're out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Fourth pitcher on for Vol State. Haley Deering. Ryan Coombs steps in. She's popped out to the catcher, popped out to the first baseman. Next up would be second baseman, and I believe that's Bailey Stewart now. Deering got some pace on her fastball. Falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Lady Pioneers back in action here at the Nichols Softball Complex on Saturday. Trevecca and Midway University will come in. Pioneers have already played Trevecca and split a doubleheader over at their place in Nashville. .30 pitch in there for a called strike. Angie Reeves, thank you. I enjoy broadcasting as well. Glad you all are enjoying it. Hoping to get more Lady Pioneers broadcasts on this year. Ball 4 as Coombs reaches. Got a couple of new broadcasters that I understand will join us for basketball this year. So I've got one broadcaster back from last year. And he said he's bringing 2 more. New runner on at first base for Ryan Coombs. Let's see who that is. Nora Canet is pinch running at first. Smoked. That's off the glove there over at third. I think it's Mally Grizzle. Put a stab on that one. And that is her. Throws over to Bailey Stewart at second. Gets the lead runner. That ball was laced to third base by Lohman. But a nice play by Mally Grizzle to get the second out. And the first pitch to Morgan Kessler in there. I haven't called her Kiesler yet today, I don't think, but I want to call her Morgan Kiesler so bad. And I don't know why. Runs up on one. That's a little bit high. She's been on base both times she's come to the plate in this ball game. Walked and scored in the third, singled and drove in a run in the fourth. Illinois Central out of East Peoria on their fall break. They get a full week. Tapper foul. Now, I understand with the remodel up here, they're going to get all new furniture, which I vote for wholeheartedly. These wooden seats that I'm sitting on, they are not kind on my tush. 1-2 pitch, misses low and away. I did not bring my director's chair up that I've bought, but it's coming up here on Saturday, I'll tell you that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slow roller to short. Quick play made by Alyssa Dixon. And a nice catch by Jordan Lucas. That will end the inning. Infield play has been superb here in this doubleheader for Vol State. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard heading to the bottom of the 6th. Lady Pioneers looking for some insurance runs. If you got an insurance company, they'd love to have you sponsor the insurance runs late in the game. Take a quick break. Be right back. New pitcher on for Illinois Central. Meadow Terry is in the circle. Now she's going to face pinch hitter Kendra McNeil. Here's would begin the bottom of the 6th. First pitch that McNeil sees is a called strike. This is the number 7 position in the batting lineup for the Lady Pioneers. Caitlin Dillard had an at-bat. Haley Deering had an at-bat. Now it's Kendra McNeil's turn. Facing Meadow Terry. Pitch whispers at the outside corner, and Terry gets ahead. 1-2. Kendra 0 for 2 in game 1. A couple strikeouts, was also hit by a pitch. She's looking to lay into one here. Couldn't get a bat on that one. It's called a ball. And it's a line drive in the left center field. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. McNeil is going to drop the anchor at second base for a do-dat double. Leading off here in the 6th inning. And now Jordan Lucas will get an at-bat. In the 8 hole, where Willow Carden originally started. Of course, she came in at first base earlier. Takes a called strike on the inside corner. The former Lady Bonnie St. Bonaventure transfer in the circle earlier and playing first base. Started to unload on a high heater there, but lets it go by. Swing and a miss. She had 4 plate appearances, has 3 official plate appearances, has 1 hit on the fall as she pops that one up after squaring around the bunt with 2 strikes, then pulls the bat back. One ball, 2 strikes, runner at second, nobody out. Another foul ball off to the right side. Pioneers 2 in each of the first 4 innings. Then a 0 on the board in the bottom of the 5th. They're looking to get back in the scoring column. Here at the bottom portion of the batting order. And the 1-2 swing and a miss as that one tied up Jordan Lucas. Now Bailey Stewart stands in. Started out as catcher, and now she's playing second base. 1 for 2. Takes ball inside. Home run in her first at-bat. 2-run jack out the left center field, just to the right of the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. And the High Point Health Sumner sign out in left center, just below the scoreboard. No other banners out there on the wall. Not sure if Christian Lynn sells banners or not at the baseball field, the Pioneer Field, the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on the opposite side of the campus here. Head coach Jim McGuire, he sells banners and advertising. We advertise on the broadcast. And your banners out there on the wall. Chick-fil-A at Gallatin's out there. Accurate Mortgage. Full Count Ministries even has a sign out there. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Bailey Stewart. She drills another one out the left field, but sends the left fielder Morgan Kessler back just a few steps. Makes the catch for out number 2. Just got that one off the little bit of the handle. Didn't get a full barrel on it. And now back to Katie Robinson as she nearly gets hit by an inside fastball. That one's in there for a called strike. Leadoff double by Kendra McNeil. And she's still standing out there at second base with 2 out. Now 2 strikes on Katie Robinson. Robinson, a hit in game 1, was 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. And a hit here in this game, but a swing and a miss. That will retire the side. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Meadow Terry. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left aboard as we head to the 7th. I'm not sure if we'll play both ends, but we're going to play the top of the 7th anyway. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. And we're back. I had to do a little DJ work there. Little Sweet Caroline. First pitch swinging, and that's going to take a bad hop. Danny Nepple is going to reach on the E6. Took a tough hop for, I believe that's still Alyssa Dixon out there. There's a new pitcher on for the Lady Pioneers, Sarah Link. Let's see if I can get to what Wes Buckner rules on that one. Layla Harris at the plate. Left-handed pitcher. Sarah Link from a long line of softball players. Sarah, a freshman from Trousdale County High School. She lives right here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Tapper foul by Harris. So here's a 5'9" freshman, daughter of Sean and Robbie Link, sister to Savannah, Sydney, Sloan, Aubrey, and Aiden. I think the only left-handed hurler for Vol State. She winds and delivers down, and they're going to throw to second, but runner does not go. She's started to go. Does not. So Nepple reaches on the air. Lady Pioneers lead 8-5, 8 runs, 2 each in the first 4 innings. Almost looked like Harris tried to lean into that one and get hit by that pitch. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. Harris 0 for 3 in this game. Oh for 6 on the day, and she has drawn a walk. So an error and a walk have allowed the first 2, and Alyssa Costley, the pitching coach, will come out and have a conversation with Sarah Link as Kaylee Haar, the 3-hole hitter, will come to the plate. Again, want to thank you for watching and listening. Thank you for those that have sent in chats on YouTube. And the one lonely one. Dixon at short, and Mally Grizzle at third. Nice shit behind the plate. Kirsten Smith at left, Abby Merle at center, and popped up on the right side. It will get into the stands. Let's see if figure out. There we go. Angie Reeves, that's your daughter out in right field. Kaylin Reeves is the new right fielder. The mystery girl from New Johnsonville, Tennessee, not New Jersey. That NJ is not New Jersey. 2-2 pitch right to the third base. Malik's going to step. Oh, and she fires it over the head of the first baseman. Got the out at third, but her throw way over the head of Jordan Lucas. She tried to unload that one just a little bit too quickly. Does get the out at third. Runners now move up to second and third as Kaylee Haar reaches on the fielder's choice. Goes to second on the E5. Ball one to Cassidy Bauer. So 2 errors in the inning. If runners at second and third with 1 out. Ground ball into the hole, backhanded, throw to third. They're not going to get her. As the fielder's choice, that's going to be a single to Bauer. There's no way they were going to get her at first, I don't think. 1 run comes in. And runners at the corners. I don't know how Wes, they just say she's safe at third, obviously. But I would call that an infield single by Cassidy Bauer in an RBI. I don't know if Wes knows that nuance, who's doing the game changer. There's going to be a bunt base hit for Bailey Herrick, and she's collecting base hits on the day. She drives in a run with a bunt hit. Christian Lynn will come out. Down to second goes Bauer, and in to score is Haar. So back-to-back hits. And they do give, well, they got Herrick singles. They said that Haar's is a fielder's choice, and I can see how they say that. I don't know that Alyssa Dixon was going to be able to throw Bauer out at first anyway. As Meadow Terry will stand in. Got to get my little small light out so I can see what I'm writing. 8-7 is a score. Do I have that right? I do. Shinton makes a nice stop behind the plate. Terry takes one right down Broadway. One ball, one strike, one out, 2 in. And an attempted bunt, that's fouled back. Link ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inning started off with a bad hop to the shortstop, Alyssa Dixon. Ruled an error. And then a walk. Fielder's choice. Change up, caught by Link. She has a chance maybe at second. Thought about going to first base, but getting back quickly was Herrick. Nice play by Link on that soft little change-up line drive back to her. And now the final out yet to get is Caitlin Atkinson, the center fielder, stands in. Not sure if we're going to play the bottom of the seventh, if Illinois Central wants to send out a pitcher in the bottom of the seventh if Vol State's leading. We did that in game one, but not sure if we're going to do that here in game two as Link gets the call. Caitlin Atkinson is 1 for 3 in this ball game, 1 for 6 on the day. Vol State trying to hold on to get the doubleheader sweep against Illinois Central College. Ground ball to short, and that's going to hit the runner, and that will end the ball game. Can't remember now. I think the batter gets a hit on that, actually, and I think the runner from going from second to third is ruled out. But I don't know that for sure, but that will end the inning. 2 runs, as I'm not sure how many of those are earned. There were 2 hits in the inning, 2 errors, and 2 runners were left on base, and it looks like we will go to the bottom of the 7th. Terry back out in the circle. That was called a strike. There it is up on the scoreboard. Get everything situated here. Kaylin Reeves in the leadoff spot for Abby Merle. Terry gave up a leadoff double and then retired the next 3 batters sheet base. They make it 4 batters base. Third strikeout for Terry. Jordan Lucas going to get another at bat in a different spot. As I said, fall, softball, baseball, doesn't matter. Just send somebody up there to hit. And one at bat during this game, struck out in the 6th. Out to center field. That will get down. And Lucas reaches the line drive base hit. Kelly Deering will come back to the plate. deck, so I wonder if they're just going to bat 3 people. Strike on the inside corner. Deering's still looking for her first hit. Changeup down low inside. Struck out in the third. Just down in the 7th hole. Down here in the 3rd hole. 1 on and 1 out. Good old one here, Haley. Let's see. Back and it comes up empty. Is that pitch just above her bat? Came through the strike zone. Everybody on deck. So I'm guessing that this game's going to end with this at bat for the Guardians. Check swing. Fly ball down the right field, and well, I misspoke. There's somebody that's going to hit. Throw gets by, and Lucas is going to head down to second base. 2 outs. Eddie Merle's going to come to the plate. I know it. Game changer. He don't know what's going on. That's the one thing when you start batting out of order that will mess somebody up. I'm doing it on a score sheet. I'm right. I can read my own kicking strategy. If I had to do stats for this play, I'd have an idea. Foul ball. 2 balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs. And a runner at the second base. College. Not sure where they head off to tomorrow. Maybe working their way westerly. Foul ball, that is foul. Just caught in foul territory by Kaylee Haar. Home plate umpire makes the call. It is her call, and it looked to me like it was the right call. Just past the white line, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And thank you for watching and listening. Anytime you want to treesports@gmail.com. Suggestions, or if you're interested in sponsoring Ball State softball, sure that I don't know. I haven't talked to Christian. I'll talk to him about selling signs. Eddie Merle continues to foul pitches off. Strikeout sponsors, home run sponsor, foul ball sponsor. Dudek Communications does design work for Ball State. Dudek double or a Dudek double play. Now and Full Count Ministries. Sponsors the Full Count pitch. We won't call it 3-2 here. We'll call it Full Count. You got to make a decision. What you have to do in life. Count pitch is high and inside, ball 4. This life is just a test. Eternal life is forever. Got to make a decision about these. This ball we do. Count Ministries first of the game. Dixon. It's a called strike. everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last. We do it to get a crown that will last forever. The 2 pitch is time away. Looking for her first hit of the game. And instead, she's going to go down looking. And the pitch is probably as wide as this umpire has called all game long. And that will end the ball game. In the inning, no runs. 1 hit. And 2 runners left on board. There was 1 error. This game is concluded at 6:43. A game that takes 2 hours and 12 minutes. Ball State wins 8-7 over Illinois Central. A little more hitting and running in that game than the 7-1 victory in game 1. You see the teams coming together across the diamond. And we will be back on the air on Saturday at 11 a.m. That's Central Time. If you have not subscribed to the Ball State Sports Network on YouTube, go ahead and hit that button. It'll let you know when we go live. I will be going live Friday to broadcast a doubleheader inter-squad game with Ball State baseball. So you can watch a little baseball too if you like, but be back broadcasting softball on Saturday, 11 a.m. And then the third game of that 3-game set where Ball State will play the Rebecca Nazarene Lady Trojans at 11 o'clock, and then 3:30 Lady Eagles of Midway. For Dr. Wendy Tostenson, the president here at Ball State, and athletic director Bobby Hudson, head coach Christian Lynn, this is Tim Reese. And God bless you, and thank you for watching another exciting edition of Ball State Lady Pioneers softball right here on the Ball State Sports Network. God bless you, everybody.